Hello, and welcome back to Starfield 2026. We have managed to recruit all of the 4 main companions. Plus, we've recruited Lynn and Heller, and we've set up a base on, where was it? Vessel 3B. And we have, we've actually done one round already of doing a bunch of crafting and selling it all off for credits early on in the game. That can get you, get you a lot of levels because the levels are cheap. Each level you go up, the next level costs a little bit more XP than the previous one. It's kind of a gentle slope, but it does slowly increase. You'll notice that Andreja and I are now wearing slightly different outfits. Now, earlier, there was something weird going on with geometries and rendering where she was only getting the base part of her costume. She didn't have the vest or the skirt. I have actually produced full outfits for us using the Rune X clothing. So we now both have the full outfit here. It looks kind of nice. And I've added a belt pouch from Crimson Fleet, and she's got one of the what do you call it, canteens from there. So we look like a couple of formally dressed explorers, and we're ready to go off and do the next thing. I'm trying to think of what I want to do. This playthrough, I keep butting up against spoilers, and I know people are watching this that have probably never watched the game, so I don't want to get into too much detail about anything, and I don't want to do anything that tips off what's going on. There are some public things about Starfield that people will know. For instance, after you beat the game, you can play it again in a New Game Plus mode. A lot of games have New Game Pluses, and Starfield's is pretty good. So the question is, do I want to do all of the quests and sub-quests and all of these guys? Basically, we've got a bunch of faction quests here. Do I want to do each of the faction quests and all of the miscellaneous that come up and all the activities that come up before I beat the game for the first time? Or do I want to kind of play a lean playthrough up through beating the game the first time and save some of the side quests for New Game Pluses? So that each New Game Plus I can bring in some stuff I haven't done. I think I'm going to do that. So we're not going to focus on everything, but I think to get the most out of the first playthrough, I do want to go join the Vanguard. That opens up some stuff. And we're going to do that before we continue with the main quest. We have done these 4 quests here. Each one of them brings one of the main 4 companions from Constellation into my crew. And during Back to Vectera, as you saw, I had the ability to recruit Lynn and Heller from the tutorial, and they're out running my outpost. All that money can buy is we start doing more stuff. Walter is a nice guy, and he's great, and I like Walter, but Walter can't be assigned to the crew. He has a few quests. So he's a static quest giver here at the lodge. He will occasionally want to talk to you, and that's all I'm going to say about that. So what I'm going to do here is, well, we got deputize. So that's Freestar Militia. No. Plan. Let's go join the Vanguard. Andreja's not too cool on that, but she'll support us. She's my favorite sidekick, so she'll probably be my companion from here on out. Oh, also, ship crew. I forgot, even though I have arranged the ship so that it can have one more crew, personally, I can't have that many followers. So my ship crew is Andreja and Barrett and Sarah. I don't use energy weapon systems, so if I've shifted Sam in, I think that gets you some of this, and she'll still be around. Yeah, let's bring Sam aboard. Now, Sarah's supposed to not count as a crew member, so if I turn, oh, haha, scroll down. I've also got Vasco. I need Vasco. Vasco gives me an extra point of reactors, and he beefs up the shield systems. And if we were using EMs, it would help. So Vasco's getting his power and shields. Sarah's getting astrodynamics. I forgot whether that's jump distance or jump fuel efficiency, one of those. Sam, I think, just gets the payloads better. We may not need Sam. These two are outpost people. We do need Barrett. He makes our particle beam weapons better. We like particle beams. And Starship Engineering, I don't think that comes into play. I think it's only my own personal Starship Engineering. But that deals with how fast things repair when they get damaged. And this is not ship particle beams. This is handheld particle beams. Which makes me wonder. Yeah, that's so. It says beam weapon systems. Okay. If I got Sam aboard, I've got, well, I have an add-on which I always keep loaded, which makes Cora not talk quite so much. She's usually coming onto the ship's intercom and doing things like reading haikus to her dad, which is kind of cute, but when they're standing in the same room and it's not the room I'm piloting from, it's kind of irritating. Especially when I'm talking to someone on the radio and she'll break into the middle. So, yeah. It's okay to have him on board because I've got the add-on going. Okay, we're good. Let's go join the Vanguard.
Hey, no funny stuff with that boost pack. Got enough flight traffic yet.
And yes, I did load up an add-on or two to basically reduce the irritation of the temples. And we'll, next time we hit a temple, I'll show you what it reduces them to. Sam wants to talk. We'll talk to Sam next time we're on board ship. So during this playthrough, I won't be romancing any of the companions.
If we can avoid entering that building, I would prefer it. Let us just say I am allergic to bureaucracy.
Okay. Commander Tuala.
Hey, Sarah's friend. You come to enlist at long last? Start earning your stripes with the Vanguard? Well, all right. Take the elevator down to the Vanguard Orientation Hall. You can get started at any of the registration terminals. The system will walk you through the rest. And if you've got any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Okay, so question is, we're going to be doing a flight test. And I'm wondering if there's anything where I need to... Okay, we need to destroy 4 ships to get to the next point of piloting. That's good. That'll get us increased turning rate and maneuverability. That's always good. We're going to want to get Class B and Class C ships eventually. But probably not this time. Not until we beat the game once. Starship Design is the one I want to pump in. Oh, I've got a point. I can put in Starship Design. Or I could save it, put it... Oh. Oh, tempting to drop it in. Drop it into particle beam weapon system. Well... See, these are all key skills. Piloting, security, targeting control, Starship Design. These are the important ones for me. Particle beams weapon systems are also important. Okay, we are not ready to put one in persuasion yet, or stealth. I could save this. I could run their little piloting test a couple of times and get piloting up. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. When I come out of the simulator, I will have killed at least 4 ships. So he should have given us a faction quest, Supra et Ultra. Let me make a note of the quest name here. Oh, and for the, I just realized looking at my notes, for the Varun clothing, I did need to craft that. That can be crafted at the industrial workbench. And the particular pieces that I crafted required some aluminum, some sealant, and a bunch of fiber. And I had it on hand, so I just went ahead and did it instead of saving it. So this is faction UC Vanguard. Supra et Ultra. So register for the Vanguard. Go down below and get going.
Registration accepted. You may now proceed through the historical displays in the orientation hall, or continue on to the examination.
Okay. Now, they're going to evaluate us on this whole process, and we want to be good little boys.
Humanity learned the Earth's magnetosphere would collapse sometime in the next half-century, eliminating all life on the planet. Decisive action was required, but the secure transport of an entire civilization would demand a new kind of cooperation, a new kind of courage, and a new kind of union. Thus, in 2159, the United Colonies were formed to make that journey possible. Just 1 year later, the Galileo, the first of many colony ships, touched down here on Jemison, beginning a new era of human history, the age of the United Colonies.
The exodus from Earth meant more than just the beginnings of the United Colonies. But still, a tremendous undertaking.
One of the reasons why I want to stop and actually let each one of these play through is not only do they have a lot of background information, you absolutely need to do this the first playthrough you do, but Andreja's got some commentary.
From their foundation, the United Colonies strove to provide all their citizens with opportunity, security, and peace. But there were those among the UC that still wanted something more: independence. So in 2161, the UC issued the Centaurus Proclamation, granting UC citizens the right to settle distant worlds and form their own sovereign powers. It wasn't long before the first new faction, the Free Star Collective, was formally organized in 2188, later followed by House Varun, revealing themselves to the universe in 2230.
I am beginning to find this presentation reductive and annoying.
It helps if I don't leave my microphone on mute. So yeah, reductive and annoying. Okay. What would you expect from an orientation lecture for a paramilitary organization?
It was only in 2230 that the faction known as House Varun first made contact with the rest of the settled systems. Founded by the passengers of a colony ship that had left New Atlantis and disappeared 4 decades earlier, House Varun was a faction unlike any other. A theocracy dedicated wholly to the beliefs of its isolationist founder, Jinan Varun, House Varun initially made overtures of peace towards the rest of the settled systems. They claimed their only intention was to spread the word of their god, the Great Serpent. But none could have guessed that this worship might take the form of a bloody war, the Serpent's Crusade.
What, no comments from Andreja on that one?
The Freestar Collective was initially founded in 2188, when the citizens of Aquila banded together with the pleasure city of Neon in mutual defense. But in 2194, after the deployment of a UC medical star station in orbit around their world, the citizens of Narion also requested to join the collective. The resulting rise in tensions between the Freestar Collective and UC culminated in the settled system's first intergalactic conflict, the Narion War. Despite a decisive victory by the UC, the colonies permitted the citizens of Narion to join the collective, forming the basis for the fiercely independent union that persists to this day.
Did the narrator say intergalactic conflict? Interstellar, yes. You're not intergalactic. Touch here to begin. And we have a wall of text about the history of the Narion War. The important things here: no faction may ever colonize more than 3 systems. So UC had Alpha Centauri, Sol, and Wolf. We'll have to go visit Wolf and see what's there. Freestar Collective has Cheyenne, Volii, and Narion. Now, we started out in the Narion system. That's where that mine was. And Cheyenne is where Sam took us. So we'll have to go check out Volii, too. Its only official violation was the cause of the Colony War, which we are about to learn about. So the Narion War was ended with an agreement, and the breach of that agreement started the Colony War. That sounds like World War I and World War II, huh?
Beginning in 2240, House Varun forces declared all-out war on the rest of human civilization, initiating the Serpent's Crusade. Over the next 23 years, thousands of Freestar, UC, and independent souls were killed by agents of House Varun in the name of their serpent god. It was only with the death of their founder in 2263 and the succession of his heir, Jarek, that House Varun finally sued for peace. There remained, however, select members of House Varun who refused to recognize the cessation of hostilities their leaders established. Even after House Varun's mysterious disappearance, these zealots remain a threat to all who encounter them. Their pacification, a goal of all space.
No comment from Andreja?
What is it? Ah, yes, we are done.
But yeah, I expected her to chime in a little more than she had been. I guess it's random whether she chimes in or not. I remember there were some things that she could say. Well, I don't know, maybe I was hallucinating. It's been a while. Usually I just run through here really quick, hitting the buttons, and head for the next step.
Conflicts between the galaxy's factions. None was more brutal than the recent colony war between the UC and the Freestar Collective. Set off by the unauthorized Freestar colonization of Vesta's Pride in 2308, a direct violation of the Narion Treaty, the colony war spread quickly across the galaxy. Both sides deployed every tool at their disposal. Armadas of warships, mechanized combat platforms, or mechs. even bioengineered alien creatures, the infamous UC xenoweapons. It was only in 2311 at the Battle of Cheyenne that the scales finally tipped. The Free Star Collective, utilizing their civilian fleet as a human shield, successfully crippled the superior United Colonies Navy. After their shocking victory against the galaxy's greatest navy, the Free Star Collective offered terms of peace, which the colonies, out of an interest in staving off any further human costs, accepted. The galaxy has been rebuilding ever since.
I suspect many in the Freestar Collective would take issue with the way the colony war is represented here.
Yeah, I got this strong whiff of propaganda there.
Few settled worlds were left untouched by the colony war. But nowhere could the viciousness of modern warfare be seen more clearly than on the Freestar planet of Nira. Initially occupied by invading United Colonies forces as a forward operating position, repeated attempts to take and retake the planet by collective forces led only to devastation. Swaths of the world were transformed into scorched husks, a nightmarish testament to the depths of human ingenuity and human cruelty. And today, Nira remains a continuing reminder to the horrors of unfettered war.
This thing's like an artist's rendition, right? No animal can be this ugly in real life.
One of my slates said terramorphs can control people's minds. But that can't be true.
He's ugly.
In the midst of the colony war, a different kind of tragedy struck the UC city of Londinian.
I really
A
hope
newly
this
constructed
is
but
just a phase.
critical supply center
All
for the
4
United
of my
Colonies
last
war
science
effort,
papers have been on terramorphs.
Londinian found itself overrun by one of the galaxy's most mysterious predators, the Terramorph. A rare but pervasive threat to all human-settled worlds, Terramorphs swept over the city, seemingly out of nowhere, on a scale never before seen in recorded history. Valiant efforts by the UC military slowed the onslaught, but the creatures proved unstoppable. Ultimately, the decision was made to destroy the Londinian spaceport, sealing off the city, the outbreak, and its citizenry from the galaxy at large. The tragedy of Londinian is mourned by the UC to this day.
Okay, we're almost done.
After the devastation wrought by the colony war, the UC and the Freestar Collective came together to ratify a treaty that became known as the Armistice. Both sides agreed to a vast reduction in standing forces, and that xenoweapons and mech warfare would be outlawed. All related research was sealed away, accessible only in cases of dire emergency. But the Collective had another demand, that the active commanders of the UC military stand trial for their actions. The United Colonies, in the interest of peace and galactic security, agreed. In 2311, 3 United Colonies senior officers were found guilty. Commander Henry Durant, General Indira Rastogi, and Fleet Admiral Francois Sanon, known better as Ve Victus. All were sentenced to death for their actions, bringing the colony war to a close and returning peace to the galaxy at long last.
After everything, it is almost impossible to believe that the armistice happened. But I admit I am glad it did. The settled systems have benefited.
There's the legal document establishing the armistice and the armistice archives. All of that is important and will play a part in the rest of the game.
It was into this new world that the Vanguard was born. An official branch of the UC Navy, the Vanguard is the United Colonies Volunteer Fleet, serving a myriad of security, logistical, and reconnaissance roles. And after a sufficient length of service, UC citizenship is guaranteed to every Vanguard member. Open to all captains, regardless of origin, the Vanguard is leading the charge to protect and support the citizens of the United Colonies, wherever in the galaxy they may be.
Okay, I was wrong calling Vanguard paramilitary. They're actually an arm of the Navy. Okay. So all this military stuff we're doing is not because we're dressing up and playing it being military. We're actually an arm of the military. Good.
No one is born a United Colonies citizen. Only through service to the UC can one hope to earn one's citizenship. But the UC prides itself on taking care of its people. Cost of living controls means citizens pay less than their foreign counterparts for needs big and small. All citizens are issued a grant upon joining to get themselves on their feet. And only UC citizens have the opportunity to purchase property, getting the chance to live in one of the most beautiful cities in the settled systems. By joining the Vanguard today, you too can begin earning your place here, in the heart of galactic civilization, as a citizen of the United Colonies.
Okay, so the upshot of that is you aren't born a citizen. You can't be a citizen until you've done years of service. They want you to go military, but there's other options. Until you have completed those years of service, prices are higher, and you can't own property, and you're not considered to be a real citizen. So, what we have here is a society where there is definitely two classes of people. There's the people that are citizens, and there's the people who aren't citizens. The people who aren't citizens are bearing the costs. So you'll excuse me if I'm not as enamored of the United Colonies as I might be. That doesn't mean I'm in favor of the other factions either. It's kind of like the Skyrim situation where both of the major factions are hideously racist.
Welcome, applicant, to the piloting simulation chamber.
You could not pay me enough to get in one of those things.
She does not like flight simulation. Okay, so let's go take our flight exam.
This is the Mark 18 flight simulation chamber, applicant. Currently in orbit around a high-detail recreation of a remote world. When you're ready to begin, please take a seat in the pilot's chair.
So we've got some basic piloting skills.
Defeat as many tiers of opponents as you can before your ship is disabled. You must defeat at least 3 tiers of opponents to pass the exam. Good hunting, applicant.
I think I want shields and engines.
New targets active.
We've got thrusters. Take down their shields.
All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 1 reached.
Oh, and I need to make an effort to kill these in targeting mode because that's one of my challenges.
New targets active.
First ship is intended to be easy. Okay, we destroyed another ship. This time it was in targeting mode. It may or may not give us a pop-up when we do that. There we go.
All targets eliminated.
Confirmed we got 2 of those.
Tier 2 reached. Initiating Tier 3.
The simulator is a good way to rack up those kills too. So piloting and targeting mode kills. You come here, you just basically grind the simulator a bunch of times. And I have found that if you are strafing, the simulator ships do find it harder to target you. Still locking, there we go. Lock and beat down his shields and beat down his engines. I'm not used to my ship looking like this. Okay.
All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 3 reached.
Congratulations, applicant. You've defeated sufficient opponents to pass the exam. You may now exit the simulator through the hatch to record your current score, or stay and try your hand at the remaining tiers.
Oh, let's keep going. I'm going to knock my engines down by 1 to get 1 more point into the lasers.
Resuming the examination.
New targets active.
Wow. He's got a lot of pips and shield. And unfortunately broke lock just before I killed him.
Progress recorded. Tier 4 reached. Initiating Tier 5.
Here they start getting a lot harder.
Targets active.
I may not be able to clear this tier. So when we boost, they lose lock, but it takes me a while to get turned back around. There, we got the 5th one in targeting mode. Our grav drive is out. They're starting to work on our engines. I've actually got this game set on an easy mode, so I'm not surprised that we're able to actually do tier 5. But you can see even on easy mode, they're chewing me up pretty bad.
All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 5 reached. Initiating final tier. Prepare yourself.
What do I do to repair using my ship parts? Oh, don't have ship parts.
New targets active.
That's okay. I wouldn't want to use up my... Boost 5 times your spaceship while in combat. Okay. Press O to repair your ship. I've got 2 out of the 5 here. Tier 6 is supposed to just absolutely stonk you. Now there is a control, so you can do things to the simulation. And some of those things make you easier, make you harder to hit. I hope I'm not using up my real repair parts when I do that. I don't believe it. We cleared tier 6.
Progress recorded.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations.
That feels good.
Please exit the simulation.
Notice they killed my missile launcher, but I wasn't using missiles, so that didn't matter. They killed my grav drive, but I wasn't going to grav drive out anyway. So I could have picked my way into this and gotten myself a shield bonus and a weapon bonus and an escort, but didn't need it.
Shut it down.
Now you can come back and do that over and over and over again. In fact, it's neat to be able to destroy ships to get progress on piloting, and to destroy ships in targeting mode to get progress there. We've also taken shield damage so we can get better shields, and we've boosted so we can get better engines. So we can put points in all of these. Long term, we're going to want to do that. When we start pumping the points into tech, I do want to get Starship Design to 4 as soon as possible. But for right now, time to lock is reduced and target ships fired at you slower. I want that. I really want that. But I also really want increased ship turning rate. We're going to go with this first.
Congratulations, applicant. You've passed. You can head up to Commander Tuala to receive your final scores and your probationary assignment.
Now, the fact that I did level 6 isn't actually that important. It's not that impressive because I've got it on easy mode. I'm doing more damage and they're doing less. So it's not like it was a fair assessment of my abilities as a player. But that shows you that at this difficulty level, we can handle boss level stuff.
Well, look who's back.
Here we go.
Everything go all right with the... so these are your numbers that just came through then. You ready to hear how you did? Well, let's get to it then. So, looking at the data, hit every mural in the orientation hall, huh? A test of preparation and thoroughness. 2 traits the Vanguard values highly. Psychological results are all within expected levels. Navy doesn't have room for folks that'll fall apart the first time they're trying to outrun a homing missile. Now, how'd you do against your foes? Tier 6. You cleared Tier 6. No one clears Tier 6. I should be damn proud of yourself.
Well done. You seem to have impressed them.
So then, looking at your results as a whole, and presuming you're successful in completing your probationary mission, you could have your UC citizenship after only just 3 years. Guess a top 99th percentile piloting score will do that. Plus a hefty signing bonus to boot. Not gonna get a better offer than that.
I suppose if UC citizenship is a reward that matters to you, you should be quite pleased.
Sounds like you're just the type of pilot the Vanguard's looking for. If you're interested, we could bring you on as a provisional member today. Get you the credits you've earned, then send you out on your probationary mission. First though, all UC service people, provisional or otherwise, are required to swear an oath. So, you want to make this official? Commit yourself to the cause of the colonies?
Well, we'll hear out the oath. We may reject him at that stage.
Fantastic. Then just follow me.
Need to remember to keep taking pictures. Basically, I wanted enough pictures in the photo album that doesn't bother with the stock pictures on the loading screens. I want all the loading screens to be of my character on this journey. There we go.
Wouldn't be right doing this where we couldn't see the stars. Now, raise your right hand. The motto of the Vanguard is Supra et Ultra, above and beyond. That is where we serve, beyond the furthest reaches of the United Colonies military, and with honor and duty above reproach. Do you swear to protect and defend the citizens of the United Colonies to the best of your abilities? And to uphold the values of the Vanguard, honor, loyalty, self-reliance, in all your actions as a member of the United Colonies Navy?
That doesn't sound like it would conflict with anything else I want to do.
Then let me be the first to officially welcome you to the United Colonies Vanguard. Now, only thing left is getting you that probationary mission. And what I've got is comms repair. Group trying to refurb an old colony war processing plant on Tau Ceti 2. Sounds like they'd barely gotten set up when their communications died. Place is as isolated as they come, so Brass wants a Vanguard to deliver the repair suite and ensure anyone present is safe and secure. So, can the people of Tau Ceti 2 count on you?
Okay, milk run.
That's the spirit. Head down to the spaceport and talk to Crew Chief Harath. He'll get you the repair suite plus your new recruit kit. Oh, and your advance. Give it your all out there. Supra et Ultra.
Okay, and that is the quest Supra et Ultra completed. We're going to call that a recording. What did we pick up? Oh, that's... Yeah, I stopped by the lodge and grabbed all of the wine I could find because we might as well be carrying it on us. I guess he doesn't issue us a uniform or anything. So I'm going to save it up here, and then we're going to swing right into the next part, which is grunt work. We'll be back in a moment.